Switch 2.
I love it.
Amazing, amazing.
I love it.
Going live.
Yep, absolutely.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Hey, and welcome back to Talk Better Politics. This is kind of a one-off show that I decided to do after reading an article today. But yeah, I'm SirFelixTheCat, and I hope your day was awesome. Welcome to 2026. Let's get right into this, though. Oh, yeah, and at the end of the show, I'll have a little bit of an announcement of something that's going to be changing with this channel. But yeah, let's do this. This is the article. So I use Edge for my browser when I'm working, and I'll just go on there randomly and check the news. Like, I don't know if you do it, but on the bottom of the screen on a Windows computer, you have like the weather thing. If you hover over it, it pulls up like news stories and weather and all that stuff. And that's where I found this one. And it's from Go Banking Rates and authored by Laura Beck. And it was kind of stating the obvious. Oh yeah, hey, Carl, Kat, and Pinky, welcome. But so Laura asked ChatGPT what would happen if billionaires paid taxes at the same rate as the working class, which is something they always should be doing. I don't know why we give them all these tax breaks thanks to Republicans, because that's their only policy is, hey, tax break for the wealthy. But yeah, and of course they show the richest people. Well, they left off Musk for some reason. But she says the tax system feels upside down sometimes. It just feels wrong all the time. But yeah, she decided to go on there and ask them, and she put the reality of who actually pays what. And apparently the top 400 wealthiest Americans paid an effective tax rate of about 23.8 between 2018 to 2020. Meanwhile, the average American paid about 30%, and the high earners who mostly rely on wages paid closer to 45% in some years. The richest 400 families actually paid less than the bottom 50% of households. Oh yeah, I'm 100%. Well, no, I'm not on a tax boycott. I want taxes to be used for what they should be used for. And she touches on what it could be used for when they 1000% should be. I believe in a tax like Canada. Canada has an okay tax system because what it does is their taxes pay for things that actually benefit people. I mean, there's still some dick fuckery that goes on in it, but it could be better, but it's better than what we have here in the US. Where did it go? What equalizing tax rates could generate? So she asked ChatGPT. The most conservative estimates suggested that making billionaires pay taxes at the same rate as the working class Americans could generate $500 billion to $100 trillion per year, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Other scenarios were even more dramatic, which this is people who are like really stressing the fact that they truly need to be paying their taxes, quit getting these tax cuts, including companies. If the top 1% paid just 10 percentage points more in taxes, that could raise $300 billion annually or $3 trillion over a 10-year span, which is bonkers. ChatGPT did note Senator Elizabeth Warren and her wealth tax plan could generate $113 billion annually, while Senator Ron Wyden's billionaire income tax might add $56 billion per year, which I would rather go for Warren's, but even hers is a little too lenient. Jesus Christ. And what's sad is Newsom's probably going to be our president. Like, if we have an election that's not just completely like steamrolled because Trump's trying to start wars, that way he can say, well, we can't change it. We can't change people because we're in the middle of a war that he started by bombing other countries, bombing 2 different countries, which is wonderful. But yeah, he's probably going to be our president. If he's against the billionaire tax that California is trying to do, that's insane. I mean, yeah, he falls into that category. His best friend, the CEO of Panera, tried to once convince him, like, oh, you know, we can't do this. We can't make me have to pay my workers a fair wage because we serve bread, and that got shut down. But yeah, what the tax money, if these douchebags decide to actually have to pay their taxes, which there are some rich that do pay their taxes, that go out of their way to pay the full amount. I can't remember his name. He was on Shark Tank, Mark something. He makes sure that he pays his, like he does what he can to pay his actual fair share. I'm sure he's still getting some loopholes, but he tries to at least do some. You have like actors that do want to pay theirs. You have comedians that make a lot of money off all their stand-ups and stuff. Like what's his name? Christopher Titus. He makes sure, Cuban. There we go. Christopher Titus, he pays his. He avoids the loopholes to pay his taxes because he understands it's to benefit everyone. One person being wealthy does not help the country. That just helps your greed. If you help the country, you make the whole place better. But what that money could actually buy. To put these numbers in perspective, ChatGPT explained what this kind of revenue could fund. Even the conservative estimate of $500 billion per year could pay for transformative programs. The amount could cover free public college tuition, universal pre-K programs, massive infrastructure investments, and a huge healthcare expansion. It could fund comprehensive childcare support and food assistance programs. These things that Republicans, while giving out these tax breaks to the wealthy, are trying to completely dismantle. Our issue is we don't tax them, and we allow Republicans to ever set foot in any office to where their whole goal is just, oh, let's help the wealthy because they're putting money in our pockets. And it's absurd. This shit needs to stop. Like, some people need to look at this. They need to read this. They need to understand, like, oh, hey, our choices are directly fucking us as a country. Us wanting to put someone like Trump in office directly tries to fuck the country. There is no benefit to having him in office. There's nothing he has done ever in his life that benefited anybody outside of him. Republicans do not benefit the country. They do not benefit other people. They look out for themselves and how they're going to make more money, how more money can get into their pockets directly. We could have universal health care if we taxed the wealthy, if we taxed these companies. I mean, this is just people. This isn't even including companies. We could be making trillions extra a year if we taxed everyone properly. It could get to the point to where we could have the UBI. I mean, my whole plan for a UBI did include taxes, but also included, wealth caps, which is a little extreme. People aren't for wealth caps because they hear that and they're like, oh, you're going to take money out of my pocket, because they're dumb and they believe the Republican lies. They believe the trickle-down theory is real. I mean, look how great we're doing. We're the strongest economy in the world, aren't we? The U.S. is doing phenomenal because we allow these Republican policies to go through. We allow them to not make the wealthy or companies pay their taxes. We allow them to continue to actively destroy the world. And it doesn't just affect us. That's what's sad, is everything we do that involves finances affects the world. We affect other people's incomes and everything. We affect other countries with our tariffs because we're douchebags. We have a douchebag president who is a moron and he has dementia. Like that's the point we're at. We're just allowing assholes to destroy us because part of our population thinks that's a good idea. And because there was racism and bigotry thrown out. Oh, we have to support the racist. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Insider trading. That's another thing. That needs to happen with both parties. They need to stop this shit. Most of them are in office just because they know, oh, now I can do insider trading. I know I ran on promises, but fuck that. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to insider trade. It's great. Yeah, the public, most people are clueless. They don't listen to, if they listen to news, like there's people out there who they vote Republican because the only news they listen to is Fox News. They might not fully believe in every one of like Trump's beliefs, but they listen to Fox News, which just sits there and lies to them or takes a story and completely twists it out of shape and says, this is the truth. This is fact. We're called news, even though they lost a court case and had to come out and say, oh yeah, we're not actually news. We're just entertainment. Yeah. Pelosi is one of the biggest scumbags to ever exist, to ever hold office. She's up there with Trump, in my opinion. She is really no different. Then we have spineless people like, what's his name? Mr. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter. And then Jeffries, who's just going to sit there and say big words and try to make a sentence that sounds like I'm saying something, but it means fuck all. But don't worry, he's going to stand and talk for like 20 hours. Woo, let's praise him. He wasted time and got paid for it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh. All right. I got one more thing which directly relates to this and to the Cheeto douchebag in office. This is one I wanted to cover a while back or a couple days ago, and I forgot all about it. Pull up on my screen so I can see. Trump threatens to sue Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Says he may still fire him. This directly relates to the other topic of how what happens with our economy and the way we do things directly fucks the entire world. Trump threatening to Trump trying to basically take control of the Fed makes other foreign investors and foreign companies and CEOs say hey, we need to stop this. We need to, change the way we do business because we can't do business with the US if it's all under Trump. There are people who are on the right wing in other countries who believe that. We cannot do it if Trump's in charge. I mean, most of the world does understand Trump is a moron. He's a little kid mentally and thinks what he says is true. He wants to sue Jerome Powell, though, because it was in the early summer, I think it was, or maybe it was in spring. It was early last year. There was the meeting they had where Trump and Jerome Powell were walking through the construction going on at the Federal Reserve. And Trump was there and he was saying, oh, it's this much money, blah, 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 this much space, blah, blah, blah. And you have Jerome Powell sitting there and having to correct him. And Trump was like, oh, no, what I have is true. What I have is true. And Jerome Powell's like, the numbers are right here. This is fact. That's what he's trying to sue him for, really. He's still pissed off because Jerome Powell made him look like the fool he is on national TV, on the news. He directly called out in a, what do you call that? A truth post saying that it's going to cost $4 billion to do the reserve, the Federal Reserve, what do you call it? Construction, renovation. There we go. There it is. And that's just not true. It's going to end up costing more than $4 billion $4 billion. That's the highest price of construction. That's a number he just pulled out of his ass. It doesn't exist. It's just Trump doing what he does and just lying and thinking people are just, oh, they're absolutely going to believe this. And I'm sorry, this is tiny. I didn't realize how small that is. Let's make this a little bigger for you guys. Yeah, so we're thinking about bringing there's highest price construction. Gorgeous monuments are built for a much smaller price. So we're thinking about bringing what's called a gross incompetence lawsuit. The most grossly incompetent president to ever exist is going to try to bring a gross incompetence lawsuit against somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. He also had to bring Biden up in the conversation in his tweets, his posts, because it's Biden's fault that Jerome Powell is there, even though he's the one who originally brought on Jerome Powell and all that stuff. And, you know, but yeah, he's trying to threaten the Federal Reserve into bowing down to him because he wants everything in this country, or everything and everyone in this country, to bow down to him and his little tiny disgusting mushroom dick. And there's no reason for it. But this is scaring other people. You're going to see this not just if this lawsuit happens, it won't just destroy the US economy, and it won't be like a slowly destroy. It's going to destroy it. It is going to be gone. He'll have his little grubby fingers in the Federal Reserve. We see how he instantly, it didn't take long. It took maybe an hour of him being president for him to completely destroy everything else he's touched. The FBI completely destroyed. I mean, they weren't the most fantastic thing ever, but they were at least somewhat competent. They did things that mattered. Now they're just completely useless. You can't believe a damn thing they say. You can't believe a damn thing that any of his departments say. He's coming out and saying that we have the best GDP ever. It's a 4.3%. No, that's complete bullshit lie. The job numbers are the best they've ever been. I saw an article that said we have the best job numbers in history, which is a lie. I don't think we're as bad as it was in 2020 when he was in office, and because of the pandemic. I mean, he was already lowering numbers before the pandemic hit, but after during the pandemic, we hit like the all-time high of like unemployment, and we're still very high. But because he rigs the numbers, we get them like 2 months later than they should come out, after he's had his people go through and make up fake reports. And he says it's true. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah. Last week, Trump said he wants the next federal Fed chair to lower interest rates if the stock market is doing well, not destroy the market for no reason whatsoever. Because, again, the stock market is where he gets his money from. And that's all he cares about, is making that number look pretty, because then he can say, oh, the economy is great. I made an extra X billion dollars today. Economy's great. As people actively lose their jobs, struggle to pay bills. I mean, he's fucking us. I'm a gamer. A lot of people use electronics. We use cell phones because, they break and we need to get a new one eventually. Or these companies stop support, like Apple will discontinue supporting X iPhone. So you have to get a new one. That price is already insane as it is, like an iPhone. It's obscenely priced. But now that we have this AI boom that he's very much responsible for, he's trying to put those laws in where states can't regulate AI companies. And that is fucking us. It's taking up resources we need for these devices. It fucks me as a gamer because video game consoles are going to go up in price. It's getting to the point where, like in video game world, they're talking about making it to where, the theory is right now, according to the way things are playing out, consoles will go away. But not just consoles, PCs will just get cut back in what they can do. And for gaming as a whole, no matter what platform you play on, is going to end up being streaming, because that's going to be the best we can do. And it's bullshit. Moratorium on AI and cantors and all that bullshit is needed. Yeah. Well, the AI boom we need to find the bubble and pop it. Like, I have a sword above me. Let's find this bubble and stab it, because it's bullshit. We have that new, what's OpenAI working on? It's called like not Starlink, something about space. Its name has something to do with space, but that's absorbing so much components that we need for these other devices. RAM. It's taking all the RAM in the fucking world. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Like, this shit just has me, it's had me pissed for like the past few weeks of just sitting here looking at all the bad shit coming out, at least when it comes to like AI and RAM and all this shit. It's insane. It's the point where I haven't made a video on it for the other channel, because I can't help but get super fucking political about it, because that's what it comes down to in the end. We have bullshit people in office who are allowing this to fucking happen, because we're buddy-buddy with them, because they make lots of money. If you had the OpenAI company pay fucking taxes, it would be a different story for them. It's going to cost me to lose my job in the end, because we're focusing on AI. And that's what we want to do, is fuck the people out of their job with AI, and then not have any support for them afterwards, because we're trying to eliminate any sort of support people in the fucking US have. Yeah, data centers are fucking annoying. They need to go. They need to fucking go. I understand we need some. We don't need the amount that we have or are building. Yep. All for the LLMs. Gotta love it. Yeah, those were the two topics I want to talk about. It was mainly that ChatGPT. I mean, it all ties in because AI, nice little beautiful circle. But yeah, those are the two topics I want to talk about. And I did have kind of an announcement for what I want to do with the channel moving forward. As you guys have seen on the other channel, Talk a Better Worlds, I've been moving, trying to do more streams, get more active, and put out just more content. And I want to do the same thing for this channel, because this is a channel that me and Hawk were like super excited to start. Like, actually do a political channel, get involved, and put out more stuff. So what I figured I'm going to do is, I don't know when I'm going to start it, if I'm going to wait till the 12th of January. But I want to start Talk a Better Politics, the morning talk, which would basically be roughly half an hour to an hour long morning news show where I just cover one or two topics. And it would just be a live stream I do starting at I was thinking 6:30 a.m. and absolutely be done with it before 7:30 in the morning. So, I mean, if you guys understand, that's 6:30 my time and on the East Coast. So further out west you are, earlier it is. So if you guys can't get up at 3:30, that's absolutely understandable. It'll be there. It's not going to be taken off after the stream. So, but yeah, that's something that I'm super excited to start doing. And yeah, I figured it would just be a daily or a weekday morning show that I can start doing. But yeah, so definitely check that out. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to do it. I'll post it on Discord. If you're watching this and you're not part of our Discord, there is a link in the description. Given it does expire in 7 days, I think it is. So if you want to join, jump on, links in there. It will be fun. And yeah, we're always on there. Everybody's always posting on there. So you'll always have something to read, someone to talk to. But yeah, that was the show for today. Just a quick little short one. This is probably the length of what the morning shows will be. But yeah, thank you for coming, and subscribe, do all the fun stuff. And until next time, You all take care. Happy New Year.